All right, so welcome everybody to how to overcome inefficiencies to build a modern accounting firm. My name is Gary Dehart, and I am the publisher of Insightful Accountant. And today I'm joined by Tim Sines, who is a CPA. He is a 30-year practicing CPA and a world-class software developer. A truly unique, which is certainly a unique combination. Don't see a lot of that, right? And Tim has run his accounting firm, Sines and Associates, since 1988, and simultaneously developed 3 different practice management platforms. And for the past 6 years, he has been developing his magnum opus, Mango Practice Management. He's taken his 30 years of experience as a CPA and understanding, the problems that you, the practicing professional, face with his deep understanding of software development and the most modern technological architecture out there to create the accounting industry's most comprehensive solution, which is called Mango Practice Management. Is it Mango Practice Management Solution or just Mango Practice Management?
You have it correct, Gary. It's Mango Practice Management.
There we go. So it's Mango Practice Management. So I'm Gary Dehart, publisher of Insightful Accountant. Can't recall if I said that or not, but again, showing our ages here, right? And I do have a couple of housekeeping things before we get started. So if you have this, this does qualify for CPE. So if you have, so you do need to be on this session for 50 minutes, 50, and answer 3 out of the 4 polling questions to qualify for that CPE. We will send you the CPE certificate within about 24 hours of this event closing. I've got to travel tomorrow, so you're going to get it this afternoon. And then we also, if you do have any questions, put them down in the poll or in the Q&A, I'm sorry. And Tim did tell me, and we were kind of prepping for this, that he may not be able to get to your questions live. So if you have questions that come up, especially if they come up specific to a topic within the session, make sure you put that in your question. Like if you have a question about something that Tim says, make sure you say, hey, you mentioned X, and then, put your question into the Q&A panel. And again, if he can't get to it today, they'll follow up with you and answer your question directly live. We have got about 50 minutes or an hour slotted for this. So I'm going to not delay any further. Oh, you do want to know the link for this session will be sent to you. You can find it on our YouTube channel, which I will actually put that link in the chat, but we will also send you the link to our YouTube channel. We'll send you the link to the slide deck as well, will be included with that. And again, you'll get that within 24 to 48 hours. Without any further delay, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Tim. I'm going to go dark. I think Tim said he's going to stay off camera as well. But again, we'll be monitoring chat and Q&A. So thank you all for joining us. Tim, thank you for taking some time out of your schedule as well. And it is all yours.
All right. Thank you, Gary, for that introduction. Do you want to go ahead and do the first polling question now, Gary? Or do you want to get one out of the way now, or should we wait a little bit? Oh, there we go.
All right, it's up. Sure.
There we go. Perfect. All right. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for joining today. Hopefully you'll find this an interesting topic, and we're going to try to cram a lot into a 1-hour session here. But anyway, today's agenda is going to be identifying areas of common inefficiencies in accounting firms, establishing a set of modern best practices for managing your firm, discovering how integrated technology can help optimize your accounting firm. Just basically with all the tools that are available out there, are you utilizing what's out there and aware of what's out there to help you manage your practice in a more efficient way? So let's go ahead and start with identifying common inefficiencies. So I do have the opportunity to talk to a lot of different CPA firms, CPAs. I talk to solo practitioners, small firms, large firms. And the topic, a lot of these topics always come up in the conversation is accurate and accountable time tracking. So basically, whether you're a small firm or a big firm, how are you tracking and accounting for your time? There's one thing that I always like to mention is we always are giving away our time. We do. We just, we get phone calls, we're emailing, the 15, 20-minute phone call, we don't track that time. And my biggest pet peeve is if you're going to If you're tracking your time accurately, accounting for all your time in a given day, whether it's 8 hours, 12 hours, if you are going to give away your time, at least know how much you're giving away. To me, tracking time accurately gives you so many more benefits for realization, for tracking gross profit, and there's just all kinds of benefits that come along with tracking that time. Now, I know in today's world, we're all doing fixed fee billing. We're doing value-added billing, and maybe we're not so concerned about our time. But the value add that you get from tracking that time is just so beneficial, especially with staff in your firm, even for yourself, to make yourself accountable for your time and actually make you more efficient. So anyway, some other inefficiencies are with invoicing. How fast are you getting your invoices out to your clients? Is it once a month? Are you doing it real time? What methods are you using to get your invoices out? Are you doing one-off invoicing? Are you doing batch invoicing? There's recurring invoicing if you have a lot of recurring type monthly billing. There's even now with today's technology, you can do scheduled payments. You can get paid in advance of actually doing your work, which we'll go into in a little bit further into this session. Working towards a zero AR with integrated payments. So in the past, myself included, we always do our work. We send our bill invoice to the client, and then we wait for payment. In today's world, I think a lot of CPA firms, like lawyers, are really working towards a zero AR. I know all firms can't do that based on their model. But if you're a tax firm, you're doing monthly bookkeeping, accounting, I mean, you can certainly work towards more efficient collections from your clients so that your AR is really not over 30 days and not too old. I talked to a lot of CPA firms. I'm just amazed at how much AR is over 60, 90, 120 days. It just absolutely blows my mind that there's so many CPA firms out here where they have just so many uncollectible accounts out there. They just let it get out of hand. So anyway, these are some of the common inefficiencies. Let's go through a few more. Document management. So back in the day, before document management, we all had the file room, the files, paperwork would come into the firm, and we would be hunting down the client's file so that we can do the work. So much lost time just trying to find the paperwork to finish the project that you're working on. So with a very good integrated document management system with a forward-facing client portal goes a long way in saving inefficiencies. For example, clients can now upload their documents securely in the portal. You get an email notification that your client has uploaded their documents. Your client, if they're not going to upload into the portal, they come in your office, and the best practice nowadays, in fact, what we have done is we scan those documents immediately. And if the client's still there, we give them back their documents. We have their documents. We don't need to store them. We don't need them laying around. And now they're efficiently stored in a folder in the document management. Anybody within the firm can now access those documents quickly and easily and securely. So a good document management system goes a long way in saving time. Project management. To manage your workflows, your due dates, your staff. Again, doesn't matter if you're a small firm, solo practitioner, a larger firm with many staff, having a good project management system in place that's integrated with your existing billing solution goes a long way in managing yourself and managing your staff to know where you're at with the project. What projects do you have in the door to work on? What's not come in the door? Are you waiting on information from your client? Are there things that you need to get? You need to make notes with the project that you're working on. Again, a great project management system eliminates a lot of inefficiencies and helps you manage yourself and your firm much better. Integrations to streamline firm management and process. So what this means is with a cloud-based solution like Mango Practice Management, it just opens up the universe of so many different integrations. For example, QuickBooks, efficiently tracking time, invoicing, but pushing this information over to QuickBooks for reporting, financial statement reporting purposes, et cetera. Maybe you want to integrate with Google Calendar or Microsoft Outlook. We do tax integrations with the top 5 tax vendors. So having these integrations really streamline your firm and moving information between other applications to gain efficiencies. So these are just some of the common inefficiencies, and I'm only touching on some of the items. I'm trying to cover a lot, and there's a lot of information, so I'm kind of going fast. So what are some best practices for updating and modernizing your practice and managing your practice better? Cloud-based solutions help because, again, with the integrations that you get, a cloud-based solution opens these integrations up, making you more efficient. Having a fully integrated electronic payment solution with automations to maybe even auto-generate invoices. So in Mango Practice Management, you can email out your invoices. Your client can do a click to pay right within the invoice, conveniently make a payment. You get an email notification that your client just paid you. So basically your client is doing your cash receipts for you. You're making it easy for your client to pay you. You're reducing the friction of how to get paid from your client so that you can get paid faster and really move towards not chasing down clients for payment. We go even a step further where we can set up, because our electronic payments are so tightly integrated into our solution, you can set up scheduled payments. You want to charge your client the 1st of the month, the 5th of the month. It's a fixed fee every month. You don't have to generate the invoice. We'll go out and charge your client, whether it be a credit card or an ACH transaction. Once we get a successful notification of that charge, we come back into Mango. We will generate the invoice, we will generate the payment, and we'll even release time if there is time for that engagement. So completely automated, helping you gain efficiencies, streamlining your practice to get paid quickly. Built-in email notifications and automated workflows. So this goes back to practice management, where people within your firm can get notified when a task is ready to be worked on. Automated workflows. People are notified when a task is ready to be worked. Again, the email notifications and some of these automations may not be that important to a solo practitioner, but larger firms, it goes a long way to making things more efficient within the whole firm. Dashboards and reporting, providing information that is crucial to managing your firm. We'll take a look at this in a little bit on our platform, the kind of information that you can get from using our platform. We have dashboards where you can quickly see revenue, cash collections. You can look at staff efficiencies. What are the realization rates for your staff very quickly with dashboards, and or you get that information in our report center. And we have a ton of reports to give you all kinds of performance reports and all kinds of information that you need to manage your practice. Integrations to other platforms kind of goes back to the first bullet point. With a cloud-based solution, it opens up the door to integrate with so many of the other platforms out there. Again, making you more efficient and running your practice. Streamlined, easy to use interface designed specifically for accounting firms. So Mango Practice Management was developed by the CPAs, myself and others through the years. And it's designed, by CPAs for CPAs. So as I get into the user interface and the platform, you'll see some of the features that really are unique to running a CPA firm and helping you manage your practice better. Client portals with payment options and built-in DMS. This goes back to having an integrated document management solution in the platform. We also do have a client portal which functions. Optionally, you can turn on the document management if you want to, or your clients can log in, view invoices. Optionally, you can show invoice history, payment history, et cetera, to your clients. It's completely optional what you want to show, but your clients can log into this portal. They can make payments on invoices. They can view invoices. They can upload documents. They can view documents. Also, some of the benefits to your client and you is that when your clients log into the client portal, they could email that tax return to their banker. We also do link sharing so that they can securely just share a link to that document without having to email the PDF, for example. But if they are going to email the PDF, we do encrypt it, and there's a password option to securely send that email to whoever the recipient may be. So there's a lot of features in the document management system that benefits you and the client. So again, these are some kind of best practice things to kind of just keep in mind if you're not already doing, but how might you improve your firm? So let's go through like just some overall general questions about inefficiencies. Do you know your realization rates for your clients, your engagements that you're doing within your firm? What are you more profitable at? Payroll, accounting, tax? What are your realizations by staff? What is the overall average realization for your firm? Are you billing out 100% of your billing rate or 140% of your billing rate? Or maybe you have a client that you're only billing 70% of what you should be. So you're really not as profitable for that client. So with our reports that we have, you can easily identify efficiencies and inefficiencies within your firm by clients, by engagement, staff, etc. It's not mentioned here, but if you are putting in direct costs for your staff, you also get an added benefit of gross profit margin. So whatever you're billing out your client, we're going to allocate out the hourly cost of your staff costs. So now you can see your actual gross profit margin. And you get that by your client, engagement, staff, and the overall firm. How is your staff tracking time? And are they accounting for all of their time? And are they doing it in real time? Are they doing it a week later? All these things are questions to be asked as to how you have the structure in place to track time. So just to give you an example, in Mango practice management, we have various ways to track time. We have timers, we have a timesheet, we have a time card. It's easy, takes 10 seconds or less for a client to put in a time record. And the beauty of it, the time card and the timesheet, is on a given day, you can see all your time worked, whether it's going to a client or it's going to your firm. We like to promote tracking all time, whether it's to a client or to your firm, so that basically you're accounting for all the time that you worked in a given day. Are you getting the reporting you need to manage your firm? Very, very important. So we're putting time in, we're doing invoicing, we're doing cash collections. Are you getting the reporting that you need to see the overall big picture of your firm? So that's important, is to have good reports. Talked to a lot of CPA firms, they do a lot in QuickBooks, but I don't know if all the reports are there that you need to manage your practice efficiently. So that's key, having the reporting that you need to manage your firm. Do you have a fully integrated solution? Another question to ask. What kind of integrations do you have, and are you able to streamline your practice? Some other inefficiencies. How are you tracking your due dates? Managing tasks within your firm? Do you have an effective document management system with secure file sharing, all integrated on one platform? Do you have a fully integrated e-sig solution built into your billing system? Is your staff scheduling built into your existing solution for management of client appointments? Can your receptionist make appointments for other staff members? Maybe you want centralized scheduling if you have that type of firm where you're scheduling tax appointments and client appointments. Are you utilizing electronic payments? And do you have an integrated solution with automation? Do you have flexible time tracking and invoicing that can handle batch invoicing, recurrent invoicing, and retainer invoicing? Some of these things we've already touched on. So with all that, let me give you a brief history on Mango. So Gary touched on some of this. Our platform was developed by CPAs, designed exclusively for the accounting and CPA industry. It's over 30 years of development. I started initially as a DOS-based product. Windows came along, had to rewrite it for a Windows desktop application. I was about ready to throw the towel in because the cloud was coming out, and I was saying, oh my gosh, it's all new technology. I'm glad I didn't. I bit the bullet. did the development for many, many years to move the desktop application to the cloud, and Mango Billing, Mango Practice Management has been in the cloud now for a little over six to 7 years. We've grown to a staff of over 25 people. We're supporting over 1,200 CPA and accounting firms with over 10,000 users that are logging in and using our products every day. We're experiencing very rapid growth because of the development and the investment that is made into the product through the years. So just to give you an idea, we have so many things on the roadmap that we're adding to the platform. We're not done. There's a lot more coming. There's a lot in the platform already. We get great feedback from the CPA firms that are using our product. We actually take and use a lot of that feedback as suggestions to enhance and make the product better. There are many defining and unique characteristics of our company. We focus not only on winning customers, but rather we provide a level of service and satisfaction that our competitors don't offer. So we onboard and we bring over a lot of customers from other platforms. And what we hear a lot is that they don't get the personal attention, and the tech support and getting answers to questions may not be there with some of the larger players in the space. We take a hands-on approach with our users. We assist 100% with implementation, no matter what platform that you're on. We assist with getting that data out and bringing it into Mango, and we do this at no additional cost. So we've designed a system whereby we can efficiently get that data out of your existing platform and into Mango. We tie everything down, AR, open time AR and everything, and we assist completely with that implementation at no cost. Our number one goal is assuring that our user base is satisfied and getting the support and the assistance required in order to be successful with the product. So if you're not successful with our product, you're going to hit the cancel button and you're no longer going to be a customer of Mango. So obviously we strive to keep you in our family forever and happy with our product. And so therefore, you know, we do provide a high level of support. Anyway, so let's, do you want to go ahead and throw up another poll question before I jump into the application, Gary?
Absolutely. Here we go.
So while you're answering that question, are you interested in integrated payments to reduce AR? So as we get into the platform, I'll kind of give you a quick overview of our integrated payment solution and how it works and how it really does reduce the friction for your clients to pay you, and really makes a nice user experience for your clients and you for that matter. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and jump right over and give you a look at our platform and what it looks like, just to give you an idea. I'm going to go right across the top menu here. And basically, you know, we have a dashboard and we have a Kanban dashboard with to-dos that you can do one-off dos and get rid of your sticky notes. Your staff can see targeted hours for the day, the week, the month, the year. They can see where they're at as far as tracking their time. Some of these options are optional. You can turn them on or off. We have a nice leaderboard. Some firms like it, some don't. Kind of creates a little competitiveness within the firm to see who is at the top of the leaderboard for billable hours for the week, the month, the year. You can bring your agenda in on your dashboard. And I think there's some other options on the dashboard, which I have, but I actually haven't turned off here. But this is your dashboard. The client area is a really big area where you're going to get a lot of information on your clients. You get all the bio information on your client. Get some nice little metrics down here at the bottom where you can see revenue, current year, prior year, your payments, your open time and expenses. But the power here is that when you come across here, you're going to get your invoice history. Your payment history is all here. You can dive in and see how payments were applied to invoice. Very user friendly. You can see how your client paid you. Time history, there's no open WIP here. But if I want to get to another client, I can quickly just get to another client And now I can see I have 29 open time records. I have 21 open invoices. I have 6 engagements. I have 1 contact. I have 1 note for this client. We do have an email log at the client level for all emails that go out to your client, whether they be invoices that are emailed, and statements that have gone out, et cetera. Any projects that this client has as far as workflow goes, any scheduled. If you have appointments, you can see all past and previous appointments for your client at this level. We also have budgeting and then any to-dos for this client. So we basically bring in a lot of information from other parts of the application into one central location so that when you're in the client, you have at your fingertips all this information. So if you wanted to preview this invoice, it's very easy. You can preview the invoice again. If you want to edit the invoice, you can. If you want to see your time, a time report, and your write up and the write down, here's your standard billing rate, your write up and write down, the billed amount is all at your fingertips. Very, very easy to use, very quick. If you wanted to email this invoice out, say that they didn't get it, or you just want to send it again, you can click the button and email out that invoice to your client. As far as your WIP goes, we are engagement-based billing system. So basically you're tracking your time by the client in the engagement and then the activity. So for example, if I go into accounting services, you can see the date the work was performed by your staff, the activity, the description, the hours, et cetera, if it's billable, non-billable. A lot of useful features here. If your staff put it to the wrong engagement, you can reassign to a different client or a different engagement. A lot of easy to use features in here. But again, you get all this information in reports, but it's nice to have it at the client level so that you can look at it quickly to see, what your time is for the payroll processing, for example. Notes, you can keep a nice note history for your client. You can go into a timeline view if you want to, or go to a table view. Email logs, I don't know if there's any emailed invoices out here. There's not, but if I go to a client, just to give you an idea of what information you get in the email log, we do track all emails that go to the client. You'll know if they've been delivered, and there's no emails here for this client. You could also go here to this email log, and any emails that have gone out from your firm, you'll see if they were delivered, and you'll see if your client opened it and if they clicked in the email. So you know everything that's going on with the emails that are sent out of the Mango billing platform. You'll know if your client, if it was delivered, they opened it and they actually clicked on it, maybe they made a payment. So very cool features with our built-in email. Coming back to the client, and if you notice when I came back to the client, it automatically loaded the last client, making it easy so you don't have to call that client up again. I'm not going to touch in detail on all of these. I'm just giving you the overview, but we do budgets for revenue and time. So it's pretty cool. Engagements are, you could just quickly see, what am I doing for this client? We're doing their 1065 accounting, a year-end report, and maybe some consulting. So I can see I had 4 engagements for this client. Let's move across. Let's skip engagements because this is engagements for the whole firm. But as far as time tracking, which is very important, we have different ways to get your time in. So if I'm a admin or a manager and I want to see another person's timesheet, I can see how many hours this person has worked the day, how much is billable, and how much is non-billable, how much is being charged to the firm, et cetera. So very useful for your staff to build their timesheet during the day, account for all their time. If they want to go look at another day, they can go back to Wednesday or any day, or they can navigate to any week and grab that time and go to any day. So this is a timesheet that really is isolating your time for the day. If you want to add a time record to it, you just click the button. And this, as I was mentioning, this is how fast it is to put a time record in. Select your client. It's going to bring in their engagements. Select an activity. I'm working on bookkeeping. Put in the time. You can put in a work description, save and close it. Putting in a time entry is very, very fast. If you want to use a timer, you can add a timer. You can have 1 or more timers going at a time. You can pause them and start them. Another useful feature that we have for getting time in is this time card. So if I'm working on this 1099 or this doesn't match up, it's just junk data, but 1120 is the engagement, 1099. If I come in on Thursday and just want to drop 3 hours in, and I come in on Friday and I want to drop 2 hours in, and maybe I want to edit my work description, I can. But what it's doing is allowing you to build your timesheet for the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then of course you get a total by the day at the bottom. But if you're working on the client over multiple days, this is an efficient way to get your time into the system. So again, many different ways to get the time in. We have batch time entry. We have expense manager for putting expenses in. You can also just click the button and add an expense, and this will show up on your timesheet as well. So your staff can enter expenses onto their timesheet. So that's time tracking. Let's jump over to invoicing. You can do one-off invoicing, and when you call that client up, and I'll just call.
We're going to work on invoicing.
It just brought up that we have tutorials throughout the platform, by the way, that tell you how to use different features. But if I call up a client, and let's see if there's any time out here. There are. You're going to see we've already built the invoice for you. The client has $700 worth of billable time. They have expenses, $725. You can see the invoice amount. If there's any open time, it's going to show. Now, if you notice, this is a fixed fee engagement. And again, I'm not going to get into, we have so many features with our invoicing. It's just amazing what you can do with manual invoicing. But at the top here, we're going to show you if there's any open time, if they have payments or credits sitting on the account, if there's an AR balance, and we're going to show you the last invoice amount. If you want to go, you can look at the history. You can look at the history quickly. If you want to preview the invoice, you can. You can add as many line items as you want to this invoice with complete flexibility. We do support narrative invoices, and we support detailed invoices with your time displayed out. So this is just one way to do your invoicing. We do recurrent invoicing where you can set up your invoicing with wildcards. So every month that automatically will update your year or your month. And you can set up recurring payment schedules. And basically this is where the automation comes into play and really makes billing efficiently for your firm. So that's recurring. We have batch invoicing. What this is doing, right now it's probably bringing in about 80,000 time records that quickly. And if you notice down at the bottom, I have $147,000 worth of WIP. And basically it's just bringing in all your WIP, and you're getting an overview by each client. So this client, it brought in all their time by engagement. If I want to invoice this client, I can. This was a fixed fee. It brought it in. It's automatically showing me the write-up and the write-down. If I want to override the fixed fee, I can. And it will automatically adjust the write-up and the write-down for you to see. You can drill in and you can look at your time. You can do write-up and write-down at the time record level. We pretty much can handle all scenarios that you might have for invoicing within your firm. Rather, if you like to do the one-off invoicing, if you want to do our batch billing dashboard, you can filter it out by billing partner, by engagements. You may want to only bill for your 1040 clients or maybe your accounting clients. You can just bring in that WIP and then review it, adjust your bills. And then once you have everything you want, you say process it, and it all goes to invoice review. So once it's in invoice review, this is a staging area where you can email out your invoices, you can print them or just record them. So if you had 100 invoices in here, once you finalize it, it's going to email out 100 invoices to your clients. Very efficient to get your invoices out to your clients quickly. And if you're using electronic payments, hopefully they're going to, if you have them trained properly, they're going to go make a payment and you'll get a notification by email that your client has just paid that invoice and basically did your cash receipt for you. So that's the invoicing. Accounting, which is just cash receipts, making deposits. We're like QuickBooks, two-step process. You do all your cash receipts and then you batch them for your deposit. We allow you to edit deposits, which is nice. And you can also move cash receipt items to a different deposit or different bank, for example. Electronic payments is just a dashboard that we display our rates for our fees, which is our Mango. We own the Mango Payments platform. But the nice thing of it is that you can view all those transactions. You can refund and void right within the application. There are a lot of features here. You can see, success or failed transactions. Another cool feature is, since it's all built in to our platform, you can go to reports and get deposit reports and all kinds of additional information regarding our electronic payments. So moving along, we do have integrated scheduling, which is basically just for appointments. And you can, all your staff, if they're a calendar resource, can be displayed here. They can be grouped by date and staff, and all this integrates if you want to turn it on for Google Calendar or Microsoft Outlook, so that you can get this on your phone. You can make appointments on your phone and they'll push back into Mango. So complete integration. Full featured calendar here with all the bells and whistles, reminders, recurring, reassign. You can have more than one person on an event. A lot of cool things here with our scheduling. Report center. This was what I was talking about earlier. We're loaded up with reports. We have your accounting reports regarding cash receipts and AR, invoicing, revenue reports. Here's all of our performance reports. We have payroll reports. And then you can put any of these reports on your favorites tab if you want. If you don't want it on your favorites, just click it and take it off. Very user-friendly to use. Project management. I'm kind of going along quickly. Gary, do you want to go ahead and do another polling question?
It is posted.
There you go. Do you use a standalone workflow project management tool outside of your time and billing system? So while you're answering that, our project management is built into our platform, which I'm getting ready to go into right here at the moment. Completely integrated solution, whereby, let me go ahead and get into this dashboard now. Very, very cool product. It allows you to manage your projects within your firm, and your staff, if they're a billing partner or manager, can see the whole firm. You can look at your whole firm or individual staff, date ranges, etc. It's all clickable. If I want to see what client I'm missing information for, you can put these tags on your projects. And if you notice, it just took me right in here to the projects that I'm missing information on. If you hover over these tags, you'll see what they mean. If I want to dive into this project, these are your tags. If I'm not waiting on the client, I can remove the tag. If this is urgent, I can simply tag it as urgent, save it. When I go back to the dashboard, now any projects that are marked as urgent, I can now get to those projects quickly. So it allows you to see the overall view of what you're working on within your firm, your staff, etc. We have a very cool feature. I'm going to just dive right back into this urgent project. You have your normal due date, but we have this feature where you log it into your firm. Now, I know this isn't going to make sense because we're beyond the 415, but let's say, imagine you're in February and you've just got this tax work into your firm. You want to log it in. I'm in February, and I can give it a turnaround. And you can set this on our templates, by the way, so that when you set these projects up, it's cloned, so to speak. But basically, I'm creating an internal due date. So imagine this is February 16th, and I want to get this out the door by February 26th. So because this due date is so far out, it's not going to show up on the dashboard as due this week, due next week. But by putting and using these turnaround days, it now creates this internal due date, so to speak, so that now I can see what projects do we have in the firm that we have a policy that we want to try to get this out the door in 10 days. And we can see if we're, within that 10 days this week, or are we now past due. So if we go back to that dashboard, with that internal due date, we're going to use the earlier date, either the internal due date or the due date or the extension date. So there's 3 due dates there, really. And they'll start showing up in here. And again, all these are clickable. So if I want to see all these overdue projects, I just click it, and it's going to go out and grab all the past due overdue projects and bring it in for me. If I want to find a specific client, you just type into our global search there, and it will narrow it down. And I can go into this and I can see, maybe part of this is part of the tasks are done. I can see if there's tags out here, why are we late on this if we're missing information? And then I could actually create a note out here if I want to, as to, what information I'm missing. So a lot of cool features. There's these more options where you would add notes. You can associate documents. Another useful feature of our project management is if you're doing IRS resolution. Well, you might want that IRS notice to be attached to this IRS resolution project. Your notes would be every time you talk to the agent, every time you fax something to the IRS, every time you talk to your client about that IRS resolution, you now have all that centralized in one place, no matter who's doing that work. If they're putting all the documents out here, scanned in and attached to this, you can see the whole picture of what's going on for this IRS resolution. If you ever have to go to Taxpayer Advocate, you've got a full history now of everything that that has been done to resolve that issue with the IRS. So very useful tool for not only managing due dates, but other things where you want to track notes, documents, etc. We have email alerts out here. You can also track time, as I mentioned earlier. You can track time at the client and the engagement level, but we even take the time tracking down further at the project level. So you could actually have budgets of time on projects that you can see where you're at for that project budget based on time. All of these budgets have alerts that you can set if you're 60, 70, 80, 90%, or if you're over budget with time. People will get alerted within the firm if you're at or exceeding the budget, and that's totally optional how you set all that up. But anyway, this is project management. There's a lot in here. Very, very useful tool. We give an activity log as things are being done. If I want to see what I have pending as a staff person within the firm, the billing partner, the manager, all of my projects, where we're at in the stage, I can. If I want to flip the view here and I want to see my tasks, what tasks are now we flip over here to the task and I can see everything that's ready for billing, review, etc. If I only want to see what's ready for review, I can filter the list, and now I have all those tasks that are for ready for review. If I want to complete them here, I can complete them right on the dashboard. So it's really a full-featured project management system for seeing where you're at with the workflow on a project, managing your due dates, etc. So that's project management. I don't know if there's anything else I want to touch on other than in the settings, you can set up these customizable tags. We do reserve the first two because when you log that work into your firm, we automatically tag it that's available for work. And if you ever extend any project, we automatically tag it extended. And we're doing some special things with the due dates here, which is why we reserve these, but the others are customizable, and you can even add and create your own tags and change the color scheme however you want. The templates are where you would set up your workflows. So for example, this is a 1040. I met with the client, they dropped it off, they uploaded it. If that's been accomplished, you would want to mark that. Is somebody assigned to scan the documents in? Who's doing the tax prep? Who's doing the review? Who's doing the billing? You could add the 8879 e-file into your workflow, etc. You can create these workflows however you want. We do have a master template library where we've set up, if you're, a basic workflow for you. We've done various workflow templates. We've put them out here for you, payroll workflow templates, and you could add these into your company library. And then once they're in your company library, which is what I'm looking at here, you would just click it. And if you want to add rows or change descriptions or change assignments, you can do that. If you want to set your policy, your turnaround days, and you want it to repeat yearly, etc., set up budgets at the firm level. I'm at the firm level. And then when you clone this out or assign these projects to your clients, it's going to basically use this structure that you've set up at your firm level, and it's going to clone it out at the client level. And then, of course, at the client level, you could modify it if you need to customize it further. I'll touch on this. This is a nice feature, complete task in order. sometimes this is important, sometimes it's not. You can't do the tax return until you have the documents. Maybe you want to require things to be scanned in, as I mentioned, with an efficient DMS system before the tax prep can be done. So you can control the flow, and the task 3 cannot be done until 1 or 2 are done. And the other beauty of that is when you go to our dashboard to view those tasks, only the task that's in the batter's box will show up. All the ones that are in the dugout or they're on deck will not show up to be worked on, because they're not ready to be worked on until, so for example, say 1 and 2 are done, 3's in the batter's box. So 3 has to be done before 4 can be done, et cetera. Now, if you don't have this option turned on, all 7 of these are going to show up in the dashboard, and you can complete them in any order you want. So you do have the flexibility to control that. And most CPA firms do say complete the task in order, mainly because they don't want all these things to show up in the dashboards until it's actually ready to be worked, and or it has a due date to be worked. So I just wanted to touch on that. That's all I'm going to touch on. There's a lot more in the project management. We have a lot of features in here. We have a tutorial that kind of goes through the whole process, but I just kind of giving you the overview of what we have on the platform. And with that, I know we're getting short on time. Gary, do you want to go ahead and do another polling question?
Absolutely. Here it goes. It's actually a 2-part question, but we'll go ahead and get that launched.
Are you interested in integrated engagement letters with e-sig, e-signature, and payments? And then, are you interested in secure file sharing with from directly within your email? Okay, so while you're answering that, I'm going to segue right into document management. So with our document management system, we have some very, very cool things. Basically, you can set up these file templates. You can control permissions, email notifications. If I drag and drop a tax return here, John Doe will get an email notification your tax return's been uploaded. In that email, there will be a link. They can go log into the portal to view it. You can share documents, share links, all within the portal. Obviously, if you notice the options are grayed out, but let me just go here. So you can access your permissions at the folder level, notifications at the folder level. I can share a whole folder if I want to, or I can share individual documents. And when it says link share, you're basically going to email a link to the recipient. They're going to click on the link, and then in their browser, it's going to redirect them and actually display the documents for them. So you're really not emailing the PDF documents to them. So it's all totally 100% secure. Obviously, you can preview the documents and you can email documents from within the DMS. Now, what I want to touch on about getting documents from your clients, there's 2 options. We have a very, very cool solution. It's an email plugin that I could send John Doe an email and say, hey, I didn't get your brokerage statement. I'm missing this document. They literally can drag and drop those documents right into the body of the email, and they will show up in our client portal. So what does that accomplish? Again, it's less friction for your client. They don't have to log into a client portal, and then they have to select the folder and drag and drop or browse and upload documents. Once they get that email, they can just drag and drop the documents right into the email. No logging into a portal. They can log into the portal if they want to, but we offer a nice solution with our email plugin to get those files quickly, easily, and securely from your client. We also have e-sig that's integrated into our solution. Very, very good e-signature solution whereby your clients can sign the documents within the email. Within the body of the email, they can sign the documents. So if you're interested in e-signature and anything with a DMS, there's a lot to this solution. We welcome you to reach out to us at the end of this session. I'm going to have some information there for you. It's a lot to it. We're happy to give you a one-on-one demo of what it will do. There is a new solution that we're coming out with very shortly that is going to allow you to have templates in here for your engagement letters or any other documents that you want to create that require signature. And you can easily use those templates, modify the templated document, the signatures that you need for that document. You can email it out to your client all from within Mango, and they can sign that all from within that email when they receive it. So we threw that polling question up there basically to see if you have a solution that's doing it, or you're using a third-party solution, but we have it all baked in as one integrated solution. And if you're interested in seeing that, we're happy to show you that. Some of the other things, I think we've kind of touched on a lot of things. Another cool feature I wanted to touch on. We have a lot of added features in here that make, again, your firm a little bit more efficient. We do support a Dymo label printer. I don't know if many of you all are familiar with that, but when you select a client, you can quickly and easily print labels. If you're still mailing, a lot of people aren't mailing anymore. They're emailing or sharing documents securely. But if you do want to print labels, this is your client labels. You can even print labels for your client contacts. So a very cool feature is we're all still, unfortunately, emailing to the Internal Revenue Service. But we do have a lot of cool features where you can set up not only your clients in here. Let me go ahead and show you what I'm talking about here. So I'm going to say include all, and that way it's going to allow me to search on my contacts, and I'm going to select the Internal Revenue Service. And I don't have all the invoicing and all the other features that I would for a normal client. But if you notice, I have 25 contacts set up for the Internal Revenue Service. So now I have it for my whole firm now in one centralized location, every address for every department within the IRS. If I need a mailing label, for where I need to send the 940 with or without payment, I have all that information there. I have phone numbers here. You can actually go into this contact, and you can put memos out here and additional information if you want it. But it's another cool feature. Just helps make your firm a little bit more efficient. So we have the clients and client contacts. You can print labels, email automations. So we do integrate. We were talking about integrations. We do integrate with MailChimp and Sendinblue. So with that integration, you can push your clients, your segmented list, maybe your corporations, maybe your individuals, maybe new clients within this year, and you want to push them out to a list in MailChimp, and you want to send a welcome letter. We have clients that use it as reminder letters. So maybe you have a client in a group called sales tax. You can segment your clients with groups, etc. And you want to push out all your sales tax clients to a list in MailChimp. And at the beginning of every month, you want to automate that email that goes out to your clients to remind them, hey, sales tax is due the 15th. Please get us your information. So we're not going to create that wheel that MailChimp has done. They've done a beautiful job with their template and their email creation and managing all the batch emailing. But we do assist with getting your clients over into those platforms to do those email automations. Here's a really cool feature, company dashboard. We only have a few more minutes. I think this is going to be the last item I'm going to be able to touch on. But this is a very nice feature for managers and partners to come in and see, where are my billings for this month? Where was I at last year month? Why am I so far behind this month? Where are we at year to date? And why am I behind year to date? Obviously, we have the solemn reports, but we have these nice dashboards. You can get it quickly. You get a 3-year bar chart by month where you can see trends. If your revenue is going up for February, for the last couple of years, it's gone up. What I like is I can see what I have sitting in WIP. I can see what my overall realization rate is for the whole firm. I can see what my gross profit margin is for the firm and any net write-up and write-down. So again, a lot of information at your fingertips. If you go to receipts, you get the same useful information for where you at for collections. Are you behind for the year, where you're at for the month? The bar chart, and then your total AR. We have reports for AR, but what's over 30, what percent's over 30, write-offs, etc. But what I like is the staff Now you get the same information. Hey, what does my staff build this month? Where were they at? Were they at year to date? What have they billed? The 3-year comparison. What is that staff's unbilled revenue, their realization, their GPM, their write up and write down. And then if you want to select another staff, you select another staff and get the numbers that quickly. So I'm going to end it there. We're kind of up against the wall here. I know I went fast. I was trying to cover a lot of information. There's still a lot we haven't covered, but I'm hoping that this was useful information. And let me go to my last slide here. I want to thank everybody for attending. I know I probably didn't cover everything that I possibly could have covered, but if I didn't and you had questions that you may have put in chat, feel free to, we'll reach back out to you directly, or you can give us a call, email us. If you'd like a demo, more information, we're happy to assist. And with that, Gary, I will go ahead and turn it back over to you because I think we're right up against the wall here.
Sounds great. Thank you, Tim. That is looks like I'm not running a practice, but that certainly seems very comprehensive, what you're showing there, which is the tool you've built. So obviously a lot of our audience typically attends Scaling New Heights. And are you guys exhibiting at Scaling? I believe you are, right?
Yes, we will be at Scaling New Heights and on Wednesday morning at 7:45. I will be presenting down in Orlando, Florida.
Okay, and then do you have any other shows on the schedule currently where people might be able to get a hands-on demo or talk to you guys directly?
I welcome anybody. We do one-on-one demos with our sales staff. We have a good team that do demos, and if anybody wants a one-on-one demo or just general questions overall, we're happy to help. I know we're going back to Vegas for QuickBooks Connect, I believe in November. I think there's some other webinars scheduled. I don't have the schedule in front of me.
Yeah.
But I know there's a lot of events that we're going to be at upcoming. We were just in Vegas last week for the show CPA Engage out there last week.
Right. Great. All right. Well, I'm heading down to Orlando in the morning myself. Take a couple of days ahead of time.
Nice.
For Scaling New Heights. And so we will certainly see you there. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for putting this together. Again, certainly appears to be a comprehensive solution from where I sit in this presentation here. And I want to thank everyone for their time, taking a little bit of time out of their day to learn a little bit more about increasing efficiency in their practice. Thanks again. We will see you all very soon.
Thank you, Gary. Thanks, everybody.